Security. It's important to all of us. Whether we're leaving our homes or our cars, we always make sure to lock the door to keep our possessions safe. Even on our phones, most of us use a passcode or facial recognition to keep our information private. However, TikTok is the silent, invisible thief, stealing your information out from directly under your nose. In a 2023 Wall Street Journal article, Alan Butler of the Electronic Information Privacy Center said that any device, whether government or personal, any device that downloads TikTok is uploading code that accesses our information permanently. Why would we let a stranger see what we're looking at and determine our decisions? Today I'm going to lay out for you three main issues with TikTok. The first, we're going to go into their data collection issues. Next, we're going to look at their connections with both ethical and moral issues, but what ties do they have to China and their government? And lastly, we're going to look at the US government's recent decisions on banning TikTok and what that could look like for current users. Now, TikTok's privacy settings and the privacy policy that all users agree to say that they are allowed to hold information that you provide as long as necessary. Well, how long is that? That could be until tomorrow or as long as the company wants. There's no limits there. In a Forbes article this past November, Emil Saya said that TikTok not only accesses information you approve it to look at, it looks at other private information that you may not be aware of. It can track where you are, both physically and on your device, not just on the app itself, but on other apps. Next, TikTok is owned by ByteDance, a Chinese company. Now, why is this a big deal? Well, in his hearing this past month with the US government, Shou Chu, the CEO of TikTok, said that DanceByte will not be giving information to the Chinese government. However, the Chinese Communist Party requires private companies based in the country to give over data information to the government. Now, this makes sense, and most Americans believe it too. A Pew Research poll by Laura Clancy said that 88% of Americans this past March would ban TikTok because they do not believe Shou Chu and other Chinese companies withhold information from their government. That's a pretty shady tactic, if you believe me. Lastly, what has the US government been doing? Well, like I mentioned, they had Shou Chu in to explain what TikTok is doing, but many legislators were not convinced. Now, Deja Talentino of NBC wrote an article this past January saying that over 20 universities in the country had banned TikTok on their colleges' internet networks. That number has only gone up from there. Even back in 2020, the first state government to ban TikTok was Nebraska, and that trend has only been going upwards since. More and more people are becoming skeptical of TikTok, and they should be. Now, with TikTok taking your information without you knowing, you don't know what people have access to. And as we saw in the past US election, there can be some outside influences impacting your decision making. If China has access to how you think and what content you enjoy, then they would be willing to subvert an election here, or any other event for that matter, to change your thought process. They have your data and they know how to make you think one way and to send advertisements and other stuff to influence your thinking. Now that's not a very free world, is it? This may seem like an American issue at the moment, but in the long run, if the US does ban TikTok, other countries will follow suit. They will see that the US was afraid of China collecting information on its citizens, and other nations will want to protect their citizens as well. This may seem like an American issue, but it is becoming global and fast. In the end, do you really want your information out there for all to see? Do you want it taken away from you? We keep our valuables locked and under key all the time. Why let China get access to what you're looking at, even if you're not aware of it? Stay safe and secure, ban TikTok, and make sure that your valuables are safe. Thanks.